Hey guys, this is my Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 4 review. Please bear with me if I don't say everything in this review because I'm a little sick right now. Okay, so far I've seen mixed reactions between people that like it and people that hate it. I told you guys it was going to be a 90-minute flashback. They did confirm that. So I'm not sure if you guys were expecting something else or maybe what you got wasn't enough for you. But I'm happy with the episode overall because we did see Morgan's flashback, and a lot of people wanted to see that overall. So I think it turned out great. I think after Rick left in season 3, episode 12, I think that's where the episode starts. To be honest with you, he continues to be crazy because he kind of tells himself, "Why did I let my son go with me?" Because he had the gun, he had the knife, and he couldn't kill his mother. That's the next scene is he goes out and tries to clear, so to speak. That's what he says. He tries to he picks an area, he puts spikes all over the place, and then he kills as many walkers as he can, and then he burns them. At one point there's a walker coming out of the flames, and I guess he didn't kill him, and he manages to kill him, and then there's one coming out of the woods that his face is all messed up. He runs into two guys that seem to be chasing him, but I don't think they were. I think they were just running coincidentally towards that area. And they managed to run into Morgan, and Morgan obviously is crazy, so his motto right now is he just kills everyone. He wants to clear people and walkers. He kills anything he finds. So he killed a guy with his, I guess, pre-bow staff, like the one he just picked up and found. He stabs the guy through the neck and he dies. And then the other guy, he just chokes to death. He goes like that, and then the guy says, "I'm sorry," and he says, "You need to die," basically. So you need to clear, you need to leave this earth. We then see him find a goat in a cabin. He tries to steal the goat, and he runs into a guy named Eastman. He's a survivor that he's been here, actually he's been there before the apocalypse. He says throughout the episode that him and his wife built that cabin, and then his wife died. I'll explain what happened with his wife and kids. Really great backstory with his character. They definitely did a good job explaining who he is as a person. And he wakes up in a cage and he tells him, "Kill me." I guess if he gets caught, he doesn't want to live anymore. That's what I see from that. He tries to convince Morgan that he needs to change. We get a backstory to Eastman. Eastman is basically a psychiatrist, and he's helped about 825 people, 25 women, and 800 men. So he helps them out, and he says he only met one evil person out of those 825. Everyone else was just crazy, or was born crazy, or something happened in their lives, or basically they're all messed up. And he helped some of them. Some of them weren't able to be helped, and there was only one crazy guy. Then he gives Morgan a book. He proceeds to feed him. I think Morgan's in there about 4 days, I want to say. For those few days, he doesn't talk to Morgan. When he does talk to him, he does explain to him, "I didn't want to talk to you until you calmed down." Then he explains, like I said, who he was. He also asks Morgan what he did in his life, who he was. Morgan in the beginning doesn't want to talk to him, obviously, because he doesn't know where he is. He thinks that the best way for him is just to die. He needs to clear. He keeps saying that over and over. At one point, Eastman's training outside. Morgan could see him out the window. He actually takes a zipper and tries to break the cage open, and he does, but he puts it back because Eastman's coming. Then later on, he explains that the door's been open the whole time. It was just his choice if he wanted to leave. There was a key there, but Morgan never noticed it. Because the big things I liked about this episode is the model is peace. He took Aikido. It's like a I guess bow staff training, self-defense class. As well as protect himself, he has to protect his opponent. The only objective for Aikido is just to use your opponent's moves against him, like just to dodge and to use your bow staff against him, not to kill him. Aikido means basically not to kill. That's what it means. We got that, and I really like that because we're starting to see how Morgan is now and why he is now. He also gives him a book. Morgan doesn't open the book until later on. When he does open it, that's where we see that Aikido means not to kill, to have the restraint not to kill, and to accept everyone and accept everything, as well as accept himself. He needs to accept himself before he could go forward. So throughout the episode, he actually makes progress. Eventually, Eastman gives him his own bow staff, as well as he trains him and everything. So it was really fun to see. Eastman also explains to Morgan that Lakido saved his life. So it was great to see. What he said was there was one inmate that he saw through. He was a psychopath, so the inmate kind of knew how to play his cards so people think he's a good guy. For 10 years he did that. Eastman saw through that. So he proceeded to reveal his plan or what the inmate was actually doing. He's trying to be good, so in his mind, but inside he's evil, so he could leave. Then later on, Eastman actually tells Morgan that the inmate somehow got out. He didn't escape. He kind of was let go, and the only reason he wanted to leave was to kill Eastman's family. So he killed his wife, his daughter, and his son. And after that, he explains why he has the cage. When his wife and Eastman built the cabin, the cage wasn't there. He built it in for this guy that was a psychopath. He killed his family. So eventually he caught him in the highway. He was cleaning the highway and everything. He brought him there, and then he put him in the cage for 47 days. And he basically let him starve. That was his plan. And afterwards, Morgan saw the grave. So he asked Eastman why did you do this if you're talking about peace and all this stuff? And then he explained that killing him really didn't solve anything for him. And after he accepted that he can't kill anymore, after he accepted that he won't kill anymore, that's where his peace came. So getting revenge really didn't help him. Accepting who he was helped him. And who he is now, who he is going to be in the future. So that was really great to see. Eastman also says that he went back to his house to get a piece of wall because his daughter drew on it, and it really meant something to him. So he brought it with him. When Morgan arrived and he told him that the door was open, Morgan opened the door. He actually tried to kill him, and they had a little fight. Eastman obviously won because Morgan right now is just crazy and he doesn't know what he's doing. During that fight, Morgan actually broke that piece of wall that he had framed on the wall, like that. He broke it in half, and he basically almost snapped. He almost killed him. He said, "Kill me," and then I guess he basically follows this philosophy, tries to as much as possible, even though he did kill this inmate. Because his daughter also gave him a rabbit's foot, and we kind of understand why Morgan smiled in episode 16 of last season when he saw the rabbit's foot hanging by the car. I'm not sure if you guys remember. We understand why he smiled. Eastman gave him the rabbit foot, and he says, hopefully this will bring you luck as much as it brought me luck, because when he was going to tell, I guess, on the inmate, he went into the prison. The inmate actually knew he was going to be told on. So he tried to kill him. He was choking him. And one thing that he did say is that Rabbit's Foot gave him luck because he managed to find the flyer for Lakido. He wasn't that good at it yet, but he did learn a move that saved his life. Basically an armbar type of thing that got him off him, and at that point he saved his life. At this point he's starting to understand what this psychiatrist is trying to teach him. Be peaceful, accept who you are, all that. The philosophy that he's trying to teach him. At one point, Morgan almost snapped again. He almost went back to the way he was. Reason being was the walker that he strangled came back, and he has post-traumatic stress disorder. So he couldn't kill him, and Eastman saved him. But in the process, he got bit in the back. So Morgan then snapped after that. He tried to fight Eastman just because he says, "Why did you do that? You didn't have to do that." I guess Morgan in his mind, basically, this is what I think. Morgan in his mind was ready to die at that point. He was seeing the walker coming. Eastman was just in the background, and I guess he was ready to die, but Eastman saved him, and then I think that's why he got mad, because he wanted to die. He wanted to see his family again. He can't really live. That's why he only wants to do is clear. He doesn't want to go back to having to remember his wife and son the way they were, obviously walkers. Morgan tells Eastman, don't bury the walker here, because One thing I didn't say was Eastman, every time he kills a walker, he buries him. I don't know why, but he does. And then Morgan says, not here. And then Eastman proceeds to say, here's not here. So basically, I think what that means is wherever you are now is not where you're going to be in the future. So here's not here. Eastman tells him that he could stay here as long as you want. Because obviously Eastman is about to die. So he's telling him to stay here, but he recommends that he doesn't because it's not really good if it's you. Try to find other people, but accept what I taught you. Accept peace. Don't kill people anymore. Basically stuff like that. Have the restraint to not kill. And another thing he says is everything gets a return. And then another great scene that I remembered from episode 2 when the wolves attacked was when Gabriel asked Morgan, where did you learn that? From the cheesemaker. And Eastman is a cheesemaker because of the goat. So that was really fun to hear. Okay, so the ending is basically Morgan leaves the cabin, he gets ready, and then this is really fun because we see a tie into the original story. He runs into that terminus sign where it says Sanctuary, those who arrive survive and everything. So that was great, and he proceeds to walk. The final thing I want to say is that this was basically a story in a story. In the beginning we saw Morgan interrogating the wolf. I predicted that, so I'm happy about that. In the end, basically he was finished telling the story why he was the way he is and why he is the way he is now. So it was a story in a story. So he was just telling the wolf basically what Eastman told him, that you have to change, you have to be better. And I think at this point the wolf will not change. He's just too dehumanized. He has his own code, so to speak, and he won't. He told Morgan that if you don't kill me, I'm going to kill you and everyone else. That's what he says. I still think he's going to get somebody killed, to be honest with you, because Morgan has to kill somebody. I know we just saw the flashback storyline that he won't kill, but I think we have to see that, to be honest with you, or something else has to happen. It's going to be an 8.5 out of 10 for me. Pretty good episode. I really enjoyed it. Definitely better than episode 4 from last season. Like always, I left links in the description. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know if you liked it or you hated it. Don't forget to share, favorite, like, and subscribe. See you guys next time, and thanks for watching.